Hello, Leo. Welcome to Dove and Serpent Tarot. My name is Paul. If Leo is your sun, moon, or rising sign, this is your tarot card reading. Remember to hit the like button, leave a comment, consider subscribing to the channel, especially if this reading resonates with you. It is totally free, does not cost anything. If there is anything you would like me to pray over, or meditate upon, or send positive energy toward, please let me know. Now, this is a timeless reading. This energy was activated the moment you clicked on this video. Try to be open and receptive to whatever may come through during our time together. I am merely the messenger, and I ask you to connect directly with each of these cards and use your own intuition to take you beyond the details that I provide. And remember, Leo, that the most important part of any tarot reading is you. And a 10 of Wands. You're somebody that can put in a lot of effort. I feel like you are, you're kind of pushing the pedal to the metal right now. You know, I feel like you have a lot of responsibilities on you. I feel that there's some back pain. There's a soreness in your muscles. I feel like you've got really, like almost literally, you've got a lot on your shoulders. Okay. And I kind of feel that you're someone who takes that full responsibility and doesn't expect other people to sort of share in the load or lighten the load for you. And it feels like it's kind of all on you. The success or the failure of whatever you're involved with in life feels that it's all on you. Okay. And we need to check in with that and see if that really is the case. This is a lot of presence. Okay. The idea here is it's a Saturn in Sagittarius sort of energy, okay? So it might even be that we need to lighten the load on ourselves, right? That we need to perhaps trim away some of the extra burden that's on us. To have the energy to focus on what really needs to get done, is there a way that we can almost feeling like delegating some of the smaller tasks or like outsourcing some of the things that aren't as important so that you can focus on what really, really matters right now? Does that make sense? Let's put this card into some context. Let's see what else is going on. Yeah, 6 of Swords, perfect. The Magician, very nice. Hierophant, yes, I like that. The Ace of Pentacles and the 2 of Cups. That's all love, baby. That's good. This is really nice. And it rather confirms what I'm saying about that 10 of Wands. It feels like it's too much, the 10 of Wands. Here we have a 10 of Cups. Now that might be too much also, right? And a 10 of Swords. Yeah, there's a theme here. Wheel of Fortune, very, very good. And of course, we've got another Sagittarius reference with the Queen of Wands. All right. So I think this really does show that kind of a new strategy needs to be thought through here, okay, with that 6 of Swords. Let's select the mystery card, bonus card, confirmation card. This is a random card from the Smith-Waite Tarot, the factor infinite and unknown. And we're going to set it down right here with everyone's favorite Tiny Bob Ross. Happy little Bob. Right there on top. And we're not going to look at that card until the very end. It will tie everything together and give us the confirmation that we need at the end of the reading. If at any point during this program you feel like you know what that card is, please put your prediction down in the comments below. Now, as we take a look around the room, we see some really good major arcana. We have the Hierophant, we have the Magician, we've got the Wheel of Fortune, okay? The knowledge and the skill, or talent and skill, the refinement, right? This strategy, perhaps, will lead you to good fortune, will be enough to see you through to mastership, to success, to getting to the very, very top of your field. Whatever you're working on right now, whatever you're involved with, I feel like with the combination of sort of knowledge and skill or your capability, right? And the belief in yourself, right? And the confidence that has to go with this. with the wisdom, the knowledge, the education, and the strategy, the ingenuity, the creative genius, these two together, powerful, powerful energies to bring you great good fortune. Success is ahead for you, right? But we need to be mindful of the strategy. We need to be mindful of how we're approaching it. Because, of course, these two are not by themselves enough to create the Wheel of Fortune. You also need to have the plan. You need to have the love, right? You need to be able to prioritize your energy, to be able to take that 10 of Wands and say, okay, where am I putting in too much effort into unnecessary things? Saturn in Sagittarius, right? It's about disciplining that energy. And the discipline isn't, and the strength and so forth is not going to be proven by you doing everything. I feel like you're hands-on, like you like to be present. If you're running a business, you like to be involved in everything, from the floor all the way to the ceiling, right? You like to be hands-on, getting involved, doing that work, right? But sometimes your energy will be better spent in your office doing your specific work and letting everybody else do their jobs. You know what I mean? So that you can have more of that time, effort, energy, and or money to focus on what really is going to be important for the overall growth of the business, right? If you are a creative person, I don't know what your work is. When I say work, I don't just mean what you're doing for money. I mean what you're focused on, what your purpose is, what your vocation is, what you're burning calories doing every day. You know, maybe it's gardening, maybe it's a stamp collection, maybe it is, some kind of social work or volunteering or charity work. Maybe it is a creative passion that you're pursuing. But whatever it is, it's kind of like we want to organize our lives in such a way that we can spend the most amount of time doing the most important part of that job. You know, like again, if you are running a business, you don't need to be involved in every little thing. You want to have people there doing their job to the best of their abilities, people that you can trust, so that those little things get done. And that way, it frees up your time to do what is really the core part of your job, right? We see a lot of 10s here, don't we? 10 of Wands, 10 of Cups, and 10 of Swords. And I kind of feel like exerting your energy, overexerting yourself, being overwhelmed by the sense of responsibility and by how much, if you have to do every single part of the job yourself, from all the minutia and the mundane, basic, routine kind of things, as well as the big creative things, those big choices, those kind of CEO level choices. If you have to do everything, it's overwhelming your vital energy. And I think it's overwhelming you emotionally as well. I think the 10 of Cups is kind of too much of this as well. Too much of that emotional energy. And of course, it's leading to a complete breakdown of the objective, right? This is a card of ruin. Okay, and that's serious. And we don't want to go that route, right? I'd rather go the route of Hierophant, Magician, Wheel of Fortune, okay? So we see, let's see, we got fire energies over here. We've got water energies over here. We've got air energies over here. And we got a little bit of earth. So I like that we have the kind of doubles here. We've got double fire, double water, or here, and double air. Okay, so it's kind of like you have a choice. You have a choice between the air, the water, and the fire. With the fire, obviously, we see just doing everything, expending every ounce of your energy, I think in a way that is too much. I think too many responsibilities. This is the card, again, that tells me that you are a hard worker. You are a strong and confident, creative person. You're very capable. And it's kind of this energy that feels like if you want it done right, you got to do it yourself. So you're doing everything, right? you're doing like every little detail. It's sort of a micromanaging kind of energy, right? But you feel like you're the only one that you can really rely on to do everything the way that it needs to be done. The alternative for the fire energy is the Queen of Wands, one who is kind of believes in other people, believes in themselves, and trusts a little bit. Has a good feeling that I can be more selective with my energy, that I can be a little bit more disciplined and refined with how I'm spending my energy, time, effort, energy, money, whatever. This is being a little bit more picky, And of course, we see this similar thing with the water energy. The intense love that you have for this thing, right? The feeling is if you're doing your job and you're doing it to the very best of your ability, the Two of Cups is a very pure experience of your, if this is a creative thing, a business, maybe it could be a relationship too, I guess. But your experience of this is one of love and purpose and even pleasure, and I feel like it makes you want to keep doing it more. Like it feels good to get up and do this every day, right? But then the alternative to that, of course, is this 10 of Cups, where it feels overwhelming, where we wake up in the morning and we're sort of dreading going and starting our day, where it's kind of like we just want to cry because it's so much and it feels like it's unsustainable. Right, I know the 10 of Cups is supposed to be a very good card, but to me it kind of feels like we've had it up to here. It's a card called satiety, right? It's almost like I've had enough, okay? We don't want to have enough. This is what you've chosen to make your life's purpose right now. We don't want to feel, I had enough. I've been so overexposed to this thing, I don't want it anymore, right? And then, of course, the air energy, too. We either can make a plan, we can have a strategy, we can use our magician energy to figure out a good cooperation, a good sort of organizational chart, a flow chart even, right? We can come up with a plan, or things can just fall apart. And so it seems like the choice is really obvious here, okay? You've got some really good cards here. We just have to... basically, we're preventing the 10 of Swords here by regulating our efforts with this 6 of Swords. The 6 of Swords is a card called science. We've got to get it down to a science, right? And in this case, what we mean is we've got to find a way to make this thing function in a way that utilizes everybody's skills, talents, efforts, energy, or money in the best way, by organizing everything and figuring out how everything can work together. This machine is going to function so much more smoothly, and all the input is going to equal the output, okay? Rather than, of course, you just feeling like you have to do everything, or that it's all on your shoulders, which ultimately, yeah, it is. We still see the Queen of Wands, still fire energy, still is taking all the responsibility, taking all the risk. Like this is your baby, right? But rather than feeling as if you have to do every single little thing and always be, let's say, always be available, always be present, always be the one to do the thing and really to get your hands dirty in it. The 6 of Swords is more about finding the right people to do the right things, finding ways to pull your energy back in, to devote it to what really matters for you. It's like if you're the creative person, right? Your job is to create, to have the ideas, to have the vision, and to focus on maybe the bigger picture, or to focus on the creative side of things. But, then you're the one that has to answer the phone and run and check the mail and do the emails and do all this other kind of businessy stuff. It takes a lot of time away from doing what you really need to do. Okay? It's kind of like running a YouTube channel, to be honest with you. And I know I use this analogy a lot, but I feel like people could benefit from hearing a little bit about my story and how we started this channel. All I want to do is read the cards. All I want to do is sit here and talk to you. There's a lot of other stuff that needs to be done. There's a lot of behind the scenes things, editing the videos and uploading them. Thankfully, there's no real editing that needs to be done. This is all done in one take. There are no cuts, there are no special effects. It's just me talking and I film it, but I still have to transfer the files and upload the videos and, set them up on YouTube and stuff like that. So it's minimized, right? And that's done intentionally, because if all of my time, effort, and energy was spent doing all of that behind the scenes stuff, it would take away my energy from being here and doing this, right? So we have to think of a system, and thankfully my wife, she does tea leaf readings. She's over at Ula Tea Leaf Readings. Go sub her channel, by the way. We sort of share the workload, with things. And maybe that's what this is really about. We see this kind of looks like a 2 against the world, right? And maybe that card kind of holds the key. Maybe this is really about finding the right people in your life that can help to share some of this burden, to free up some of your time from doing all the daily, mundane things, the routine things, right? Freeing up your energy so that you can do the thing that only you can do. Let that sink in a little bit. That's what the Six of Swords is about. Trying to find a way to organize your life, your system, your business, your relationships, your commitments, so that you have more time to do what only you can do in this scenario. Okay? And that's where we get our Ace of Pentacles up here. This is you doing the thing that only you can do. So this is really, if this is about, maybe this is just you wanting to go to the gym, right? You're trying to exercise your body and get stronger. Only you can do that. You can't hire somebody, can you go to the gym for me, please? Wouldn't that be nice? I could outsource that, then I don't have to do it. No, it's only you that can do that. So if we want the most time, if we want to free up the most time in our day so that we can go do what only we can do, we have to find a way to minimize some of the other stuff. Maybe the other stuff isn't even related to the gym. Maybe it's just extra stuff. We can get rid of some of that. Okay? Maybe it is it's finding a way to I don't know what could be related to that, but getting our gym stuff packed up, getting whatever we need to change into, or minimizing the drive time to get to the gym or something like that, right? Finding a way to maybe find a gym that's closest to work or closest to home so that the travel time is less, right? It's really about finding a strategy, finding a system, finding a map, getting a game plan in place where we can spend the most amount of time doing what only we can do. You want to spend the most amount of time in the gym and minimize all the extra stuff that either somebody else can do it or I don't need to do it at all anyway. Okay? If you're a painter, you're an artist, you're a musician, you want to find a way to give yourself the most time to do what you need to do. And it's even as simple as like you have an hour in the gym. Okay? You go to the gym 12 o'clock. But then you got to go and you got to change. So that's 12:10. You got to use the bathroom, 12:15. Well, then you got to go and you got to mix your whatever drink you're drinking, right? And you got to fill up your water bottle. And so that's, now we're already at like, 12:15, 12:20. Well, and then you've got to figure out what am I going to do today? Am I going to lift weights? Am I going to do machines? Am I going to do the treadmill? Am I going to swim? Am I going to jump up and down? Am I going to dance? Am I going to spin on the bike? What am I going to do today? So we figure that out. Here we are, 12:30. And then you got to get started. And you got to warm up. You got to stretch, right? That's maybe 12:35, 12:40. So you gave yourself an hour. You're only actually doing what you need to do for like 20 minutes. So this card is about realizing that and trying to figure some of that out. Just being aware that we're doing that and how we can try to minimize that. Because I feel that this Ten of Wands is a lot of energy being burned, not doing the thing that you need to do, not doing the thing that only you can do. And that's what the Ace of Pentacles is again. And that's why this is at the top of the path of the dove, trying to do more of that, whatever that is for you. Okay. Now, someone's got the flower dress. Somebody in your life always wears like floral print or like a flowery kind of dress. I don't know why I'm being shown that, but that's a strong reference, a strong connection for you. I don't know if it's somebody in your life or if that's you. Let's talk about the magician underneath the surface here. The magician is the one that can think it through. The magician is the one that has the talent and the skill and the ingenuity and the adaptability, the flexibility to figure it all out. Now, this is kind of underneath the surface. This is kind of unconscious for you. You are the magician, and what you're trying to do is manifest something. You're trying to do this thing that only you can do. You have to believe that you can do that. I know we switched these cards around. You have to believe that you're smart enough, flexible enough, that you are genius enough to figure out a way to do more of this and less of everything else, and less of other things that are taking away time from this. Okay? The magician is the one that is manifesting. The magician is the one with the talent and the skill to figure this out. See, it's not enough to just have education or the know-how or the capability. Capability is kind of what we see in a combination. You kind of know what you're doing and you know how to do it. Okay? Because just education or knowledge or wisdom alone is not enough to get it done. Not enough to get your love, to get the connection, to get that beautiful experience of the Two of Cups. You also need to believe that you're capable, that you have the ingenuity, the wisdom, flexibility, the adaptability to put this knowledge into action. How am I going to do it? I know what to do, but how do I do it? How do I get it? How do I do more of that? That's why we need both of these cards. Now, the Hierophant in the background position, I feel like this is something that you kind of learned about. Now, maybe you went to school for it, trade school or something like this, or university. Maybe this is something that, if it's like going to the gym, well, you still had to learn about it, right? You still have to kind of know, like, why? Why is it important to go to the gym? How does it work? What am I supposed to do when I get there? You know? So I feel like you had to do the research. You had to learn about something. And I feel like you're kind of an expert at it. Like you've done the homework on this, right? Now it's time to really implement a plan so that you can perform this. It's like you've already gone to school for it. You got the diploma, you got the degree. It's hanging on your wall, right? I feel like you've got something of yours hanging on the wall. Some kind of a certificate or something, right? Yeah. You've got that, but now it's time to do it. Now it's time to figure out how to do that work. So I feel like this is something that you do love. It's something that you feel is necessary. It's part of your destiny. Okay? And so now we're implementing a strategy, a plan of how to do it, how to do more of it, right? And so it is, we do have to get through this way, horizontally. We have to find a strategy to figure out how to consolidate some of our fire energy so that we can do more of this manifesting, do more of this performing, whatever this art or science or skill or talent or interest, hobby, vocation, whatever this is. You want to read more books? Okay. You give yourself an hour to read books. Well, maybe you feel like, I don't have time to read books. Well, first of all, that's part of the magician energy. We got to make time. The magician is, right now, very capable of making time and space, holding space for you to do what only you can do. Can you pay somebody to read a book for you? I guess, kind of, but it doesn't really, it's not you reading it, right? The magician has the ability to create time and space so that you can do the thing. So the first step really is to figure out, okay, how do I get some time in the day or the week or whatever to do the thing? So first it's about clearing our schedule enough so, okay, I've created an hour a day where I can read a book. All right, I got an hour, okay. 12 o'clock, time to read a book. Okay, well, first I need to find my glasses. First, I need to get in my comfortable clothes. I need to find a place where I can go read. Okay, found it. Now it's like 12:15, right? And then you got to decide what book to read. For me, that takes the whole rest of the hour. Once you decide on a book to read, and once you sort of get settled in, and once you sort of, I need coffee, got to go get some coffee. I need a little snack. I need to put some music on, whatever you need to do. Need to put the dog away, put the cat away. By the time you actually start reading, it's like what? 12:40, 12:45. You don't have that much time. Okay, so it's about creating time and space and then maximizing your ability to use that time and space to do what only you can do. And that's going to bring you a whole lot of love, baby. 2 of Cups. This is the actual experience of doing the thing. You are together with it. You are holding space with that thing. Yeah. And I think this is what we're after. This is what we want in life. We want to hold space with the thing. Maybe this is spending time with your friend, your lover, your family. Maybe this is just you spending time with the dog. Doing the thing that only you can do. Can you pay someone to go take care of your dog? Sure. But you're not going to get this. You're not going to get the love. You're not going to get the enjoyment of doing it. Sure, you'll be taking care of the dog. Dog gets what they need, okay? Very practical. But it's not giving you the experience. Because only you can experience this kind of connection, this sort of togetherness, this sort of exchange of energy with this thing, this person, this place, whatever it might be. Maybe you want to spend more time in your garden out in the backyard. Okay, whatever. It could be anything, literally anything. And this is you doing it. And I think this is success. This is love. This feels good. Whatever you're doing, this is the card of success. Okay? Now, let's talk about the path of the serpent, because these cards are important too. If you haven't subscribed to the channel yet, please do. It is totally free. It doesn't cost anything. The 10 of Cups is, to me, it feels like an overwhelming emotion. It's the overwhelming feeling of just, I want to do this thing so bad. I want to have this experience and hold space with this thing so bad. And I'm in tears that I can't. I'm in tears that it's not happening. I'm in tears that there are so many other things that show up in my life, excuse my voice, that are preventing me from doing that. This is, you want nothing more than to spend time with your dog, right? But every day it seems like there's just more and more responsibilities, more and more things that pop up, more and more things that you're committed to, more and more things that are preventing you from spending time with your dog. It makes you want to cry, right? This one making me want to cry. Because I feel that this 10 of Cups is not the overwhelming joy that we feel of doing the thing. To me, this feels like I've had it. This feels like I've had it up to here. It feels like I've had enough of doing everything but the thing that I need to do, the thing that only I can do. You want to spend time with your kids. You want to spend time with your family. You want to do your creative work. You want to paint, draw. You want to listen to music, make music. You want to focus on the bigger picture of the business. You want to do the big CEO level sort of business stuff. But no, you're down here running the mailroom and making copies and stapling paper together or whatever. It's kind of like, I've had it. This is a feeling that kind of says, I'm done. Right? I've had enough. That's kind of the key phrase of this card. I've had enough. Not in a good way, though. It's not like when you're at the buffet and you say, oh, yeah, I've had enough food. You're saying, I've had enough of not getting what I want. I've had enough of being so spread thin, being so generous with my energy and my attention that I don't have any time to do the thing I need to do. It's no one's fault. It's no one's fault. We need to be the magician and create time and space. And maybe that means saying no to people. Maybe that means saying no to things that somebody else needs to do it. Or it doesn't need to be in my life at all. Maybe this is a lesson in saying no. Not being so generous with your time, effort, energy, and or money so that you can do the things that you want to do, that you need to do, that only you can do. Yeah. Otherwise, we get the 10 of Swords. 10 of Swords is no benefit. The 10 of Swords is kind of, in a way we could look at it this way, that you would love to have 110% of your effort and 110% of the joy that goes with it, right? It would be perfect if these were related to each other, if these were equal. Yeah, that you were putting in all of this effort, all this responsibility. You're being very generous with your time, effort, energy, and or money, and it was feeling good, right? But I don't. It's not, because I feel this 10 of Swords is saying I'm not getting the benefit out of this. All of this weight is on your shoulders to the point where I think you're feeling physically fatigued, physically like exhausted, right? I feel the soreness in your back and shoulders, the tension. There's tension there, yeah. I feel like you're not getting any of there's no fish, it's just bones. It's just the bones. There's no meat there, there's no sustenance, there's no nourishment. I don't feel like you're getting out of this what you should be getting out of this. You know, we would think that it would just be everything is satisfying, that you're putting in all this effort and it feels really good because it's making a difference and it's nourishing you, it's taking care of you, it feels good, right? It's heartwarming, it is sustaining, it's healing for us, it's nourishment, right? I don't feel that it is. I feel like right now you're looking at it being desiccated, dry as a bone here. Okay. And I think maybe these 10s are a little bit extreme. Maybe it's not quite like that for you. Maybe the tarot, maybe Spirit is bringing us the 10s to show us the very extreme of things. Or what will happen if we don't start creating time and space for us to do this. This is you doing your magic vertically here on the path of the dove. This is you doing your magic. Okay. And the Wheel of Fortune, of course. And, you know, even with the, let's say the 10 of Swords here in the environment, in the position of your relationships, some things are going to have to end. You're going to have to start saying no to things so that you can say yes to what really matters for you. Say yes to the thing that only you can do in life. You know, sure, you could pay somebody to spend time with your kids, but it doesn't mean the same as you doing it, right? That's something only you can do. So this card is sometimes about ending relationships too. With people, with places, with things. Yeah. The Wheel of Fortune. The Wheel of Fortune is all about expanding, getting bigger. The Wheel of Fortune is all about kind of, you know, turning things around. I think it's really time to turn things around right now. Okay? And I think that this is really about you taking the wheel and steering the ship. This is about growth. This is about expansion. This is about doing more of the things that only you can do and less of the things that don't. It's sort of like you're expanding your circle. And as you sort of move your arms out like this to create space for yourself and your family and your love and whatever this is, when you push your arms out like this to create space, you're pushing all the BS out. It's sort of like you're literally like scooching everything away to create space for yourself. You're expanding your own bubble, your own space. You're saying, you know what, I'm pushing this, not just 5 minutes, I'm taking an hour where I can do something like this. And maybe this is for self-care. Maybe this love is self-love. Maybe you got to hold space for yourself sometimes too, to do the thing that only you can do. Right? Only you can take care of you. Yeah. So this is the creation of space. This is you intentionally pushing your space out and saying, no, I'm scooching everything away from me. Creating time and space for yourself. And I think that is part of our Queen of Wands. I think other people might be a little taken back. Other people might be like, oh, wow, okay, Leo's getting a little feisty here. Good. Good. I think that shows a real strength. It is strength to, it is a show of strength to be to be always available and to show that you have this endurance where anytime anybody needs anything, there you are. Where you're hands-on in every aspect of the job, let's say, that you're there in every single department at the company doing the hard work of every single department. That shows a lot of strength, a lot of stamina. It shows, a commitment, and yes, it shows a generosity. But this card shows confidence and strength as well. The strength that says you are discerning in where you're putting your energy. Right? Real confidence does not need to be so busy, does not need to be so accessible or so available to everybody or everything. Okay? This is a card that commands respect and also value, because people realize that you're not just going to say yes to everything. So they better make sure that they're coming with a really good question, really good ask. If they want you to say yes to it, it better be really good, right? And I think this card is a lot more respect than just the Ten of Wands. Ten of Wands, sure, it's capable, it's hardworking, it's energetic. This is a card that's a little bit more quiet, a little bit more reserved, doesn't get engaged in everything, is more selective and more discerning. It's the thing about the queens. They're very discerning. They're confident. They don't have to say yes to everything. And they can say no to things, and they can do so with love and compassion. We don't have to be, rude. But with a firmness, with a sense of command. Yeah. Let's look at the mystery card now. I would love to see your Leo power card, the strength card. I'd like to see a 6. A 6 of cups, 6 of pentacles, something to go with that 6 of swords. Yeah. If you have a prediction, put it in the comments down below. Let's see. Oh, a 9 of cups. Well, that's even better. Even better, because now we don't have a 10. We're not overwhelmed. So the 10s are the cards that say, I've had enough. Right? I have enough of the emotional experience. I have enough of the intellectual experience or the relationship experience. I certainly have had enough physically and energetically. The 9s, however, aren't saying I've had enough. The 9s are saying I got just the right amount. I got just enough where I want a little bit more, but not so much that I feel repulsed by it and that I'm done with it. This is saying I've eaten almost everything at the buffet, but you know what? I'm still a little bit hungry. And I like that. Still a little bit hungry. I want a little bit more. I'm satisfied. I feel good. I want a little bit more. Tomorrow maybe I'll come back and I'll get a little bit more and I'll do it again. Right? So this is what we get with the 2 of cups. We get this feeling like we're experiencing something in the right way. Not too much of it, not too little. Just the right amount. This is a card of pursuing happiness. This is the card of a repeatability, a sustainability. It's a lifestyle. It's a 9, right? It's a function. It's a verb. We're living a happy life here. It's a happiness that keeps on happening. It's ongoing. It's not saying I've had enough or I'm overwhelmed or it's too much or... No, this is saying, okay, I've figured it out and it feels good. And it's something sustainable. It's one thing to just look at this and say, okay, I'm going to create space for myself one time. No, this is saying I'm doing it over, I'm making it a habit. This is saying I'm making it a lifestyle to be happy and to be fed, to be nourished, to be healed. Yeah. I think this is excellent energy for you. Success is very close for you. Whatever this is for you, it's going to be extraordinary. Okay? I like it. We're going to do an extended reading. We'll do some oracle cards. We'll do an I Ching reading in the extended. There is a link up top. There is a link down below. New readings for Leo on Tuesday and Saturday. Be sure to watch both readings. If you haven't subscribed yet, please do. It is totally free. Doesn't cost anything. Leave a comment and let me know where in the world you're watching from. I want you to know that you're the most important part of Dove and Serpent Tarot. I thank you and I love you, and we're all in this together.